Tensions escalate as Israel declares new phase in conflict. IDF flexes muscles along northern border. In a dramatic escalation of rhetoric and military posturing, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has declared the start of a new phase in the war, signaling a potentially seismic shift in the ongoing conflict with Hezbollah. As the dust settles from recent devastating attacks on Hezbollah's communication infrastructure, Israel appears to be gearing up for an even more aggressive stance. "We are at the start of a new phase in the war. We are allocating resources and forces to the northern arena," Gallant announced, his words carrying the weight of imminent action. The minister's statement comes on the heels of a series of explosions that rocked Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah's pagers and walkie-talkies, leaving at least 37 dead and thousands injured across Lebanon and Syria. As Israel reinforces its northern border, the international community watches with bated breath, wondering if this new phase will translate into boots on the ground in Lebanese territory. Lebanon in chaos, the fallout from high-tech warfare. The recent attacks on Hezbollah's communication devices have sent shockwaves through Lebanon, both literally and figuratively. With pagers and walkie-talkies exploding seemingly at random, the country has been plunged into a state of panic and uncertainty. Lebanese Red Cross emergency medics have been working tirelessly, with over 30 teams deployed across southern Lebanon, Beirut's southern suburbs, and the central Bekaa Valley. The chaos is palpable, with 60 houses and shops reportedly on fire, and even fingerprint devices falling victim to the mysterious detonations. This high-tech assault has not only disrupted Hezbollah's operations, but has also sown seeds of fear and distrust among the general population. As one security analyst put it, "This wasn't just about pagers, this cut to the very heart of Hezbollah." Is Israel preparing to cross the Rubicon? With Gallant's ominous declaration and the IDF's increased presence along the northern border, speculation is rife about Israel's next move. Could a ground invasion of Lebanon be on the horizon? Military analysts are divided on the likelihood of such a drastic step. Nicholas Blanford, an expert on Hezbollah with the Atlantic Council, suggests that while the pressure for retaliation is mounting, neither Hezbollah's leadership nor their Iranian backers are eager for all-out war. "The leadership doesn't want to go to war," Blanford stated, adding that the Iranians don't want Hezbollah to go to war. However, with grassroots pressure building and Israel seemingly poised for action, the situation remains highly volatile. International arms debate, Germany stands firm as UK wavers. As the conflict intensifies, the international community grapples with the thorny issue of arms exports to Israel. In a stark contrast of approaches, Germany has vehemently denied reports of halting weapons exports, while the UK faces backlash for suspending some arms export licenses. A German economy ministry spokesman was unequivocal. "There is no approval stop for arms exports to Israel, and there will be no stop." This staunch support comes despite a reported drop in arms export approvals to Israel in 2024, from a staggering €326.5 million in 2023 to just €14.5 million from January to August 21st this year. Netanyahu lashes out at shameful UK decision. Meanwhile, across the channel, the UK's decision to suspend some arms export licenses to Israel has drawn fierce criticism, not least from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu himself. In a scathing rebuke, Netanyahu branded the move shameful, arguing it would only embolden Hamas. "This shameful decision will not change Israel's determination to defeat Hamas," Netanyahu declared, invoking historical parallels to Britain's stand against Nazi Germany. Just as Britain's heroic stand against the Nazis is seen today as having been vital in defending our common civilization, so too will history judge Israel's stand against Hamas and Iran's axis of terror. The UK's decision has sparked a domestic political firestorm, with former Prime Minister Boris Johnson accusing the Labour government of abandoning Israel and questioning whether they want Hamas to win the war in Gaza. Balancing act, the dilemma of international support. As Israel ramps up its rhetoric and military preparations, the international community finds itself walking a tightrope. The UK's suspension of some arms export licenses highlights the delicate balance between supporting an ally and adhering to international humanitarian law. The decision to continue supplying parts for the F-35 fighter jet program, despite the suspension, has drawn criticism from human rights organizations. Satya Desmuk of Amnesty International UK called it a catastrophically bad decision for the future of arms control. As the situation evolves, world leaders must grapple with the complex interplay of regional stability, humanitarian concerns, and strategic alliances. With Israel declaring a new phase in the conflict and Hezbollah vowing retaliation, the international community's response may prove crucial in determining whether the region descends into all-out war or finds a path to de-escalation. In this high-stakes game of geopolitical chess, every move carries potentially seismic consequences. As the world watches and waits, the question remains, will cooler heads prevail? Or are we on the brink of a wider conflagration that could engulf the entire region? Subscribe for more.